Alright, we are going to walk you through how to do an export or backup some of the data onto a thumb drive. So step one on the export backup page says to plug in the USB jump drive into the USB port on the bottom right front of the DVR. That's going to be on the front of the system. There is another port on the back of the system that you can always use if that's easier. So first steps first, we are going to right click the mouse anywhere on the screen. This is going to bring up a taskbar on the bottom of the screen. We're going on to step 3, which is going to be select the menu on bottom left of screen. Some of you have already done this if you've already been logged in once and you're going straight from the playback into the export. If you completely get out of it, you will have to go back to the bottom here and then select your username and enter your password to log into the system. Once the username and password is correct and it allows you access, we are going into the export feature, which is the 6th line on my sheet. From there you will select normal. Once in this page, there's a few things you can do. We always recommend uncheck marking the very first tab, which will uncheck mark all of the cameras. This will allow you to select 1 or 2 or however many cameras that you need that you've written down during your playback to back up the footage that you need for whatever reason. Once you've done that, you can select the cameras that you wish to export footage on. 8 is going to set a calendar date and time below using the time and date that you wrote down during the search. You would click once you enter in the start time and date, once you enter in the end time and date, and you want to make sure that you've got your times set up the same way that you had written down during the search. Once that's all correct, down at the bottom you can select search. This will bring up the files for whatever cameras you've selected. If you've selected more than one camera, this will allow you to either check mark the camera footage that you want to see. Down here you can also see that there's 62 tabs total during this search that we did, so there's 4 pages in total. He can flip through the pages as desired. There we go, and that will take you into different tabs. One nice thing you can do in a search, if he highlights this screen here, over here we can hit play and we can actually view what this was to see if it's something that we do want to check mark. If we see something in this screen here, we can then check mark the screen that we see available, and then that would allow us to say, okay, this is what we want to export. Once you've selected the screens that you have the footage found on, you can go down to export. Click on this tab. Here you can go to the device name. We do not have a thumb drive in the system right now, so if I had a thumb drive plugged in, you'd be able to actually see like where it's at, and you could go in and name it. You can start a new folder. Format is going to basically erase everything off of the thumb drive, so we try to stay away from that tab, and then we go straight into export, which would allow you then to export it right to the thumb drive. Once you're done with that, you can right click 3 times on your mouse, and that will take you completely out of that page and back into the live view.